now it goes down the hill and around the old road. And down in there, it used to be somebody that'd get stuck with a horse and buggies going to town. I can hear Grandma or Mother talk about that. Yeah. And in the summertime, why, she would go down across there and cross the river, read across the river over there and pick logan berries in the summertime. Yeah.
So Sheridan was really booming town while you were growing up, and
More
there,
so than now.
yeah, and there was a lot of different things to do in town.
Yeah.
A lot of crops.
Things didn't close up till midnight on Saturday night, and everybody went to town and had a place to park so they could visit and do a little shopping and a whole lot of other kind of stuff.
So what are the stores you remember? What were
There was a grocery store, well, that, just past that pizza place there, that one there, right there, that used to be,
Dry goods store.
yeah,
that was the Mercantile?
Yeah.
yeah.
The Merc, yeah. And then across the street, kind of where the parking lot for the AG Market is, there was a, Mrs. Teets had a dry goods store there too, I remember.
Didn't there used to be a meat market across there in front
Oh,
of?
yeah.
Yeah, Matt Henson, a guy named Matt Henson had a meat market there. I
That's
think.
Lucha Pet there, and there was a hardware store, the butcher shop, and then it goes up to the upstairs, and over here they had a hardware store, and upstairs was a dentist's office, and Otto Hyder had a law office up there, if I remember right. And right where the store sits now, there used to be a prune dryer.
Oh, really?
Really?
Well, yeah, I know.
Oh, wow. Now I thought there was a prune. Didn't the Gut Broads had a prune?
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that in town, huh?
Yeah, right there where the store sits now. And at one time right on the corner there, they had a service station, and where that Chinaman's restaurant is, that used to be an open ditch there. I can remember that, and they filled it in, and had a lot of this in by Lutrip's there. There was an open ditch there too, and they filled a lot of that in.
You remember where the old Sheridan Sun office used to be?
Yeah.
Now, was that there? Was that a newspaper office before that building? It had a false front on it, remember that?
No, I couldn't tell you.
It kind of faces towards the store that's there
Harney,
now.
Harney.
The AG store now.
Hmm. I think it burnt down. The original one burnt down in one of the fires, and it was rebuilt in 1913, I think. And that's where it was until it moved to where it is today. Yeah. And do you-
Working all the time.
yeah, I know. Never got to town. Poor guy.
Town's dead anymore.
So you remember Otto Hyder?
Yeah.
Yeah, and his wife Callie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had the two boys.
The
Yeah.
broads in town there.
Yep. Mhm.
See, they're a relation of mine.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you aren't you also related to the Brants?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them,
Mhm.
not all of them.
William Brant.
Huh?
William Brant.
Ed.
Bill Brant. Ed.
Ed and Bill Brandt.
Mhm. Bill. Yeah.
Ed Brandt's wife was a sister of my dad. And Bill Brandt's his wife Nell was a cousin to Dad.
Yeah. She was a good broad. Yeah.
And my grandma Grauer was a good broad. Her maiden name,
And what was your grandma's first name?
Rose,
Rose.
I think.
Don't look at me.
Huh?
Don't look at me, 'cause I didn't know any of them.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. What kind of things do you remember? You know, I know that they had prunes, prune
everybody had
orchards.
prunes.
They had prunes, and they had cherries,
Hops.
hops. You know, my mother
Hops.
talked about the hops.
That's-
That was that right outside of town, or
Kind of where the Dairy Queen is, isn't there?
Really?
Wasn't there,
No,
Bob?
down nowhere. See, the Grauers up here, they had hops, and up there, across some, I'm thinking the name of the place, but anyway, that big white house there. Yeah. Groves, not Groves, but make the turn to go to Groves' house right there. There used to be a hop dryer there too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then up on Kenneth Miller Place where your folks was, there's a big
Yeah.
prunes there, and Bill Fagan had prunes.
Yeah, I know
We
Grandpa
had
had
16
prunes.
acres of prunes. McKinley's up here had prunes, and
Bert Webster
well,
later
yeah,
had a huge prune orchard, didn't he?
yeah, he had prunes too. There, 20-some acres.
Didn't-
Bentham's had a chunk down there.
Wow.
You know,
That's a lot of
everybody had
prunes.
Yeah,
Then they had apple orchards, didn't the guy out at Red Prairie?
well, could be. See, Keeper had a prune dryer right back of the barn here up the canyon.
Yeah.
And there was 30-some acres of prunes in there too.
Then there was a walnut dryer up by Smithville Road, if I remember right.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was there probably in the 40s.
Oh, wow, yeah,
60s.
that there.
Yeah.
But I don't remember whether they used it or not or that. I can't, but there was, yeah.
So in Sheridan, in the town, they have, you know, the Phil Sheridan days. I always call Phil
I do
Sheridan days.
too.
Never
I
call.
always will.
Yeah, I'm part of the committee, the Sheridan Days committee, but I always call it Phil Sheridan Days. It'll always be that way. Do you have any memories of that? Were you guys involved at all, or were you in the parade?
Oh, one time, me and Glen Neal and
Oh, well, that's, yeah.
yeah, but that was later years.
Yeah, 2, 3, or 4 years
It
ago.
was Grand Marshals one day.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
They used to have a lot more parade than they had cars.
It was a big parade, wasn't it? A
And they
good parade.
had floats in it and you know, funny
Bands
things and not so many cars and
Yeah.
trucks.
Well, it was only second only to the Rose Parade for years,
Yeah,
as far as size was.
but, yeah, it's.
Yeah, it was a great, it was in our era, your era was a really great
Mm-hmm.
thing, yeah. But, and you remember, the rodeo?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, were you part of the rodeo at all?
No, I wasn't part of it.
Maybe an audience or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What else? Your grandma talk about when a town burnt.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, Sheridan had 2 fires.
Oh, yeah, one on the north side of the creek there too. I remember that burnt. The other one, that was a little before my time.
Yeah,
The south
Yeah.
side burned.
right. Yeah. And do you remember when this bridge, it was in 1930s, the bridge was put up, I think 37, I think.
Oh,
The bridge
I can't
is there
remember. It's
today.
Sort of a hazy memory.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna renovate this bridge,
Yeah, I'm
coming up.
excited about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Well, Donna Hewlett and her sister cut the original ribbon to this bridge, and we're hoping that they will cut the ribbon to the renovation too.
Well, I'm
What
sure
did
Donna
Dorothy,
will.
yeah, Dorothy.
Get rid of all them damn pigeons in town.
Our boys would like to.
Oh, I don't talk of Jesus.
I'm not,
didn't
it's
say
fine.
anything.
There's a lot of people that feel that way. I personally love birds, but I understand that pigeons can be horrible to
And in front
bridges.
of the drugstore there in the summertime, it is just a mess.
Yeah, I don't know how they got here. I think somebody had them as
Turn
pets.
them loose probably.
Yeah, yeah.